against the wash, and I mean right up against it.
Mm-hmm.
And the family had owned that house for generations back to the 50s, and they built their own little makeshift block wall, kind of retaining wall up against the wash, and it held for 70 years until
Wow.
Friday night.
That was
Yeah.
so much water. I mean, what? More water that
Yeah.
we've got more water in the last 2 days
Yeah.
during that storm than what, 7 years or something?
And I guess the potential for more rain is coming to Globe in the coming days. So,
Yeah, that's not
gosh.
good.
Okay. Should we go to Nicole?
Yeah, let's go to Nicole because Nicole, last weekend you were there and that was, fresh off of the storm and the damage was just so extensive, especially for shops and homes, and people were literally coming together to just help each other clean up.
Yeah, that's right. So we're actually in about the same spot, roughly, maybe on the other side of the road from where I talked to you guys last Sunday. So I'll kind of give you guys just a look here. I'll turn my camera around. The good news is I already noticed the road used to be blocked up here. And now it's not blocked until this last little section. So that's some good news, is that they have more of the area open for people, and some more ability for people to travel around. But you still are seeing, I mean, that's our antique shop or our antique mall, and our friends over there still have a ton of stuff that's, outside, still getting cleaned up. We did interviews with Kino Interiors over here. They had not as much damage as others, but still had quite a bit of damage. So we're right here again. I will tell you that it does look like a lot of the cleanup has been successful in terms of people coming out and helping each other. But I know you mentioned already, Brian, that, there might be some more rainy weather heading our way. We're not sure yet. We don't want to alarm people yet, but we are hearing that there could be some predictions of some more rainfall. So today what I'm doing is just kind of heading out here, checking in with people a week after, but also looking ahead to that and finding out, what preparations are potentially being done for not only maybe this week, but just in the future. Luckily, we're getting out of monsoon season, but just having that forethought of something like this happening, I'm sure it's going to be in the back of people's minds now moving forward. So what that looks like in terms of just staying vigilant at all times. I mean, it was hard to predict something that was this catastrophic, but just, giving people the opportunity to kind of plan ahead a little bit. But yeah, it looks really impressive out here based on, what it was like last week. And I know a big shout out to a lot of the community members, just people on the ground here who have been helping each other.
Do we know what the governor said today or why she was out there?
I think that from my understanding, I haven't heard any of her specific sound bites yet, but I do know she was out surveying the area. She made a point to mention that she had, called for the state of emergency. She wanted all of the state resources that could possibly be here to be brought here. And now it's just a matter of getting the federal government to potentially declare something. We haven't heard anything from President Trump at this point. We haven't heard anything specific from, Congress as a whole. We have heard from some of our local, congressmen. We know that they have supported this area, but it's just a matter of getting that funding, that help. And so I think she was out here to survey the area today. I think this was her first day out here. We know that Gallego came out, Ruben Gallego came out yesterday. So they've been out here. I think just maybe offering what they can about what happens next. But it seems like the state has responded in the way that the state can at this time, in terms of wanting that funding to come. And now it's just a matter of the bigger players coming in and helping out as well.
Nicole, it's going to be interesting, and you're good at this better than me. But like, if we really, it'll be interesting to see this process through, like who gets what, if anything,
Yeah.
how much the government really can get that help and resources, dollars to people who have lost a lot or everything, like those houses on, was it Jesse Hayes Road?
Jesse Hayes, yeah, you saw those.
How that's going to play out, because the news is really good at rushing to some emergency, and then the cycle moves on to the next story. We don't often do probably as much as we should going back and making sure things are taken care of. I don't know. Thoughts?
Well, let's see how much rain they do get, if they get any, because this could completely undo all the cleanup that they've been committed to for the last week or so. So that's the concern, right? Just a double whammy there.
It's going to be interesting, Nicole, for you, I bet, just to see how far they've come in a week. And then, we have those issues like the propane tanks that are being stacked up, I think, back where they were, right? So what's up with that? And then, I don't know, Nicole, if you've been up the hill where all the trash is piling up just up the road from the propane tanks, but that pile 2 days ago was 15 feet high and, I don't know, 100 feet long, just of anything you can imagine. Washing machines, mattresses, clothes, bikes. I mean,
the ground is
looks like
saturated too, so there
Yeah.
you see more trees. If there's wind brought down, and
Yeah, and sorry, Brian.
no,
Yeah.
I was just going to ask, do you get the feeling, I know you just got there today, but I would be interested in the feeling. Do they feel like they're rebounding, or do they feel still kind of in the muck?
So I think that what I've been really impressed with this community, and you hear this a lot about smaller communities that just really come together and show their strength. They might not have, tens of thousands of people who live right in this town, but it could have fooled you because the strength that this community has showed. But there is an underlying just where's the help. And when you were talking about, the fact that we're going to keep track of this, that is something that we are dedicated to doing. I know, I don't mind making the trip every single day, until I know that these people are getting the help that they need, because I do think that they are hopeful to some extent, but I think there is that underlying concern that they're going to be forgotten, that, this is going to be moving forward in a way that they are looked at as, wow, look at all of the, work that they've done. Look at all the progress they've made. And then it's just, okay, great. All right, well, good luck. And we can never do that. We can't do that in the news. And like you said, it's easy to move on to new things. But the government can't do that to these people. They need help. And I mean, you're out here. Let me show you just another look. This is a week later. You've still got people out and about just helping each other. These are their neighbors. These are their family, their friends. Some of these people are just volunteers who don't even know anyone from Adam, but have come out to help. And so that is wonderful. And that is a great story to tell. But we also can't expect them to just do this on their own. And so that's what we have to follow up with now, is just finding out what can be done, what can be given, and when, like you said. But I feel like there's a hopeful tone. There's a strength of bonding together in this moment, but I don't feel like people are 100% only on that message. I think they also want to not be forgotten, and they want to know when the assistance is coming. They are grateful for the boots on the ground right now, but I believe that the city of Globe, as of tomorrow, will be the lead again as far as the AZ forestry and fire management. I think they're moving out of here, and so tomorrow's going to be back on the city of Globe, and that's great. I mean, they've done such a great job here, but I think it's just making sure that it doesn't just get forgotten that this town is on week one of a very long rebuilding process.
all right, keep us updated.
Thank you, Nicole.
I sure will.
Good luck
Yeah,
out there.
thanks, guys.
Yeah, I interviewed a family, the Caldera family, the other day, and they're like, people just drive by and yell out, "Hey, we have food. You need any?" And then they talked about some, I think, high school kids from Gilbert who just showed up at their doorstep. "Hey, can we help?"
Oh, that's
I mean,
nice.
so sweet. Like just on their day off or
That's
after
really
school, whatever it
nice.
was. And yeah, so there's some good stories when you see humanity help each
Yeah.
other out.
I mean, it's tough to not want to help. I mean, when you're close by or you see images that move you, go help. Why not?
Okay, we want to shift over to Portland, Oregon right now. Some big protests going on, I think, at an ICE facility. This is video from KPTV there. And I think we're getting word that we think authorities might be about to make these people move soon.
Yeah, so hundreds of protesters descended on the ICE detention facility in Portland. And if you know anything about Portland, don't mess with Portland. Don't mess with Portland. And yeah, so now we have ICE agents in Portland, and we're already starting to see a lot of tensions boiling to the surface, more people showing up. I know that tear gas has already been dispersed. They're trying to get these protesters to move. And the thing is, when you cover protests like this and you have people show up in uniform or they do the tear gas thing, all it does, it almost is like generate more reason for people to come out and protest. It does not calm things down whatsoever.
That's
It
a good point.
always makes it worse. So we're watching this. This is a developing situation because it looks pretty calm from this shot. You also get a second wave, sometimes a third wave of people who want to come out when it starts to get darker. So we'll see how this continues. But I think law enforcement is pretty much saying, you guys need to leave, and they're not going to leave. But then we're also keeping an eye on Chicago,
Right.
where same thing. They're protesting the National Guard out there. Trump has said he wants 300 or so National Guard troops to curb crime and help out with ICE detentions. But people are pushing back against that, being led by the governor, Pritzker, or is that how you say his name? Yeah, Pritzker, who don't want the National Guard troops there. And over in Chicago, they actually box them in with their cars, the ICE agents or the National Guard troops with people. And then the agents returned fire to try to get their guys out of this barricade made by people. So I understand that Trump is trying to curb crime and, help out his ICE agents, but just their presence creates this sense of tension and it's leading to protests. So then it's like, well, you need the guard because you have people protesting.
It feeds on itself.
It feeds on
it's a
itself.
circle, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll keep an eye on that. We need to take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Ten seconds.
All right, welcome back to Fox 10 Talks on this Saturday. What is the date? It's October. It's definitely
Is it
October.
third?
It's the 3rd, yeah?
The 4th.
Fourth. Wow.
Whoops, missed a day in there.
I'm ready for fall, though.
Just turning that calendar to October, man. It's like, thank the Lord we did
I
it again.
know.
We
I
survived
actually
another
left
summer.
my windows open today. I just
No
want my
kidding.
place to breathe. And I know it's
Right.
not super cool yet, but it's
Right.
cooler. So everything's relative.
For sure.
Everything's relative. So
It
what do
was
we...
90
It was the
degrees.
first time this year I went to have lunch at a restaurant. They were like inside or outside, and I was like, you know what? Let's do outside.
Whoa, how brave of you.
It was still a little toasty, but we made it work.
But yeah, 90 degrees feels good after triple digits.
I think the high today is around 86.
What do you know?
Look at
Even
us.
80s, good
Look
stuff.
at us.
This is a crazy story this week. An arrest. Remember the two teenagers from
I do.
Arcadia High killed on a camping trip?
I
awful
do.
story. That was like 4 months ago. And finally an arrest. And this happened on Mount Ord, northern Arizona. And there's the suspect. He's 31-year-old. His name Thomas Brown, I think. Let me
Thomas Brown,
Thomas
31 years old. Premeditated murders of Pandora and Evan Clark, 18 and 17. They were on a camping trip.
The weird part to me, Ashlie, we talked about it earlier, is like this guy, based on court records, tried to interject himself in the crime solving aspect of this. He was telling news organizations and authorities that he had drone video of the area, that he was up there that weekend, all but screaming, "Hey, look at me as a suspect." So he was on their radar from the get-go, and now they suspect he was the murderer.
So it says that the teens were shot multiple times, and then he allegedly dragged their bodies more than a half mile away to hide them under nearby brush. And I think initially he told investigators that he was out there just camping, just hanging out, just hiking. But hiking and camping. I'm denying that he was ever involved in their deaths. It's so creepy.
And a random attack, and that he acted alone. I mean, what, and these are two
So
high school
creepy.
kids.
And I think he has a wife.
I think you're right.
Yeah. He told cops he left his wife to go fly solo, fly a drone in the area. So I have so many questions, but it's also just really frightening that somebody either they're calling it premeditated. So he left his wife to go camping, hiking, fly the drone to murder? How scary is that?
Yeah, he was on a
And then
mission.
to prey on such young kids.
Right.
The worst part being a Navy brat is that this guy is former military,
Vet,
10
yeah.
years,
Yeah.
and he is being held on a $2 million cash-only bond. You got to wonder, did something snap, or is he just a sociopath, or
Right.
what?
Right. And I think they said they found DNA on the scene.
Yeah, bloody glove.
Bloody glove connected to him. So, oh my God, high school kids, I just go back to them and thinking of myself as a high school teen, and you haven't lived your life yet. They were robbed of most of their lives just for what?
Yeah.
For nothing.
Yeah. And his obsession with helping out investigators, it reminds me of Kohlberger in Idaho, where
Yeah.
he was like actually going to school to solve crimes. And then I guess what happens? You just get so obsessed with murder and crime that you want to try it yourself.
And it speaks to the psychology of human beings. The old saying, return to the scene of the crime. Like, human beings do the same thing over and over again, and criminals return to the scene of the crime for whatever weird reason makes them want
He
to.
wanted to get caught.
Yeah, you have to.
Maybe
you have to
it's your
think.
guilty conscience.
Yeah.
And you just want to get caught.
Is the little devil and the little angel battling it out, and he was just screaming, "Hey, look at me!" The whole time.
I wonder if this is going to come to light that this isn't his first.
Good point. Because
homicide.
you think you graduate to homicide, you don't just automatically get there,
Yeah.
right? Like some animals, or that's the usual go-to, right? You start to hurt animals, then you work your way up to people.
Mm-hmm.
So that will be interesting to see.
Just want to say hi to Michael Hurley, Charles David. Thanks for joining in, guys. And Charles says he even looks like Koberger. Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
It's not the guy that you would think, right? Clean cut guy. Probably looks like a meek, nice guy, and then boom, preys on you when you least expect it.
And then, Arizona is just such a great state for being outdoors and camping, and that's what kind of we're known for. And I don't know, would you feel safe going camping now?
I have actually, I used to go camping more often, and I remember going to campsites and kind of watching who was there with you, and then getting weird feelings about like somebody who'd come in later on in the weekend and they'd show up and you're like, this seems like a weirdo. It's a very vulnerable place to recreate.
It is.
Yeah. If you're going to go camping, have your head on a swivel, and in these days you might just want to come with some protection. For sure.
We'll be watching that closely. So I'm glad they made a break in that case 4 months later, and the sheriff had the news conference about it. And
I'm sure the parents are very happy about at least having someone of interest in there.
Yeah. We have video of a silly crime. This happened in Tempe. and I think some guys stole some ducks.
What's crazy is those ducks right there are worth like $5,000.
Yeah, they're like ceramic, aren't they? I mean, they're not just rubber
No,
duckies. They're
some kind of like, structure, statue, what do you call sculpture, some art,
real
some yard
lawn
art. And giant plaster rubber duckies. This is at a Tempe apartment complex. And this guy goes and he just tries to carry it off. You got to think, guys, everywhere you go, regardless of what you're doing, even if it's just picking your nose, there's a camera that will catch you.
And look at the truck. The truck pulls into some parking lot, and the license plate is there for everyone to see. So I don't know what they were thinking. And in the first place, like, what were they going to do with these ducks?
I don't know.
Put them in their backyard and go, look at these cool new artwork we just got.
It's going to be in their living room, I'm guessing. These are probably some 20-year-old dudes that got drunk. It's like, hey, you see those ducks?
You think it was a drunk, stupid thing?
Yeah. Well, it's like the dinosaur that got robbed from the gas station. We had that story last weekend. I don't think they thought they were worth $5,000 a piece. I could tell you that.
Yeah, well, without stupid criminals, we wouldn't have jobs.
Yeah.
For starters. But yeah, you're right. There are cameras everywhere. You can't get away with stuff like that anymore. And why would you really want two big ducks?
You can't get away with it. Yeah, no, and that's $5,000 each. That's a felony for sure. Not worth it. Maybe they can get some good. Maybe they can call Rafi or something, and he can bring down the charges because it's so dumb. You hope that they don't get overly punished, but that is a hefty thing to steal for a joke.
Come on, guys. You remember Mark Sanchez, the quarterback?
I don't.
You don't remember him?
I know he's dated a lot of famous gals, though. Eva Longoria, I think.
Well, he was a big deal for a minute or two. Michael
called him the Sanchez. Before he flamed out for the Jets. But he did make 2 AFC championship games.
Okay, that's good to remember because I remember him being a big deal and then he just kind of fell apart, right?
Yeah, there's a very famous play called it's called the butt fumble, where he ran into his own guy and fumbled it, and it sort of derailed his career. Yeah.
Yeah, right? And then once that stuck to him, he didn't last much longer, right? With the Jets anyway, or maybe he went somewhere else.
I think he went to the Giants for a year or two, but he flamed out after like 6 or 7 years. I mean, it was a respectable career, but he wasn't a first-round pick out of USC. Everybody thought he was going to be a big deal.
Right. So now he's known, or Ashlie knows him for being a cute guy dating
celebrities.
Hot chicks. But he was involved. He was arrested Saturday on assault and public intoxication charges after he was stabbed in the chest during a brawl with a food delivery driver in Indianapolis.
Yeah, so it sounds like he was drunk and he got into the face of a food delivery driver and told him, you can't park here or something.
Yeah, something about parking, yeah.
And he approached the guy like, you got to move your car. This is outside of Law Miller's Pub and Eatery in downtown, so he's fresh off the booze.
Is he accused of the stabbing or he got stabbed?
He got stabbed, but the delivery driver's claiming self-defense and claiming Sanchez was the aggressor.
He says that he tried pepper spray at first, but it didn't work. And at that time, he defended himself with a knife.
So it says that Sanchez told him to leave, that he could not park in an alley. Folks, you don't need to be the Karen. If it's not your alley, don't worry about enforcing the rules. Because you don't know what people are packing.
Right.
Get in someone's face. You need to move your car. You don't know who that person is. Apparently, this DoorDash driver had a knife. And so Sanchez was rushed to the hospital, but I don't know how bad the injury is. It doesn't sound great. It doesn't sound like he's on the edge of death, but being stabbed in the chest, never good. Never good. So
yeah, he's now the butt fumble, and now this is gonna haunt him. Now he's gonna be remembered. I mean, he's 38 now. Huh.
Yeah, the thing with whether you're military, active duty, former military, wrestler, boxer, football player, if you get drunk and you get someone's face, they get nervous.
Yeah, for sure.
You're a big dude.
For sure.
You're a big dude.
Meaning they might retaliate with a knife.
Yeah, because somebody that's that big, drunk in your face, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. So what have we learned today? We've learned that you never know who's packing what, and there's always a camera around.
Yeah, this week I was on another road rage incident,
That's
and
right.
my thing was like, how is it that you have the presence of mind to pull out a gun and open fire at someone on a freeway going 65 miles per hour plus? I was talking to someone about that road rage incident. She's like, if someone is aggressive in traffic, don't make eye contact.
Eye contact. Yeah.
Literally, just look down.
That's
keep
like,
going.
Yeah.
Don't mess with people.
That eye contact is so like primal, isn't it? I mean, that is the challenge right there. If you don't make that eye contact, that probably doesn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a challenge. Like you're locked in now, and that leads to trouble. I mean, who did you interview?
A traffic school.
Oh, really?
A traffic school teacher, and she was just giving all these tips for road rage. But one thing I've learned is you just don't know who you're picking a fight with, even if you think you're justified. And, you know, that kind of brings up the debate of if you see something, should you step in?
That's a really good question, right?
It depends, because if you're in New York City on the subway and you step in, you could just be the one who's stabbed as well. Exactly. So be careful, be careful.
No good deed goes unpunished.
No.
And that's where we're at. We're teaching in driver's ed. We're teaching watch out for road rage. That's the world we live in. We also have on our news tonight at 9 and 10, we're going to visit some haunted houses. So that'll help get you in the October spirit.
That'll be fun.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
All right. Are we done, Michael?
That's it.
That's it?
All right, guys.
We did it.
Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you back here tomorrow. Have a great weekend.
See ya.